Amen. Come on, eviction notice. You got me shouting over here, Reverend Enoch. Thank you so much for that powerful, powerful word. Now, friends, you all know our host this evening for his remarkable, even historic sermons, for his best-selling books, for his entrepreneurship, his foundation, his community development. But he gets some credit, but not nearly enough credit for another aspect of his ministry, and that is his heart. Every single time our country has faced a crisis, and I've had the opportunity to be a witness to this on a number of occasions over the years, from natural disasters to man-made tragedies to public health calamities and more, Bishop T.D. Jakes doesn't just stay in the pulpit and talk about it. He puts his words and actions together to create change in our communities and doesn't seek credit for it. Probably doesn't even want me talking about it right now. But I have seen him mobilize his platform, his team, his wisdom, and his resources over and over again to meet human needs. And when we reached out to him about mental health and faith, he did not hesitate. He said, "How can I help?" And then he helped us refine our focus in sort of a light bulb moment where we realized that some of the people who are suffering most when it comes to their mental health and well-being are pastors and leaders in our churches themselves. And so it is my distinct honor to introduce Bishop T.D. Jakes, chairman of the T.D. Jakes Foundation, our host for this evening. Bishop, welcome. And I would love to know from you, why was it important to be such a central part of this work on faith leaders and mental health?
I think that over the 46, 47 years that I have been in ministry and done my leadership conference for the last 20 years, I have had a front row seat at various aspects of not only laity in the church, but clergy in the church who are still laity. They're still human and subject to frailties, to grapple with the complexities of mental health, which we all have mental health, but wrestle against those who are struggling with various degrees of mental illness, whether it be minute or mighty. And so I'm also the chairman of the T.D. Jakes Foundation, and we took this assignment very seriously. But as the bishop and pastor of the Potter's House, for years we have set up a counseling department that was uniquely designed to really further the healing process of people who are wounded beyond just accepting Christ and telling them to go pray. And I think in order to do that, I had to develop a certain degree of humility, not to assume that everything is fixed in a congregation by a sermon, to back away from our theological compilations, excursions, exegetical ability to move away from our exegesis for a moment and recognize that some people's problems are complicated and complex. And while spirituality is central and important, the Bible itself talks about the importance of having a sound mind. And with that understanding, there was a certain degree of humility that was necessary to admit that even pastoral counseling has certain limitations, and to stay within the guardrails of what I was able to do while not limiting my congregation to my guardrails, but exposing them to professionals who could take the next step to diagnose whether this person is just depressed or chronically depressed or bipolar or just going through a moment of grief that they're having difficulty getting over, or whether they need medication or just counseling or therapy, went beyond the purview of...
See, that ain't even something that you supposed to be dealing with me, T.D. Jakes. This God, knowing that you an enemy of God and you trying to sacrifice God and get him weak and all that. You know what I'm saying? Through this shit right here. I'm not going to say it YouTube because I don't want it messed up. I don't want the video striked. You know what I'm saying? But you know T.D. Jakes full of shit, YouTube. And I don't know why y'all still got him on here. I guess you like to see a good war with a good warlock and a good witch doctor and a good false prophet. You know what I'm saying? Because he in hell right now. He in the biggest part of hell he could be in right now. Because he done chose to mess with the wrong God. You know what I'm saying?
Of my theology and my understanding and my ability to do that, just like I wouldn't do open heart surgery, just like I wouldn't treat them for hypertension.
And that's what I'm talking about. You ain't supposed to be treating me with no medication. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't supposed to be a part of me. Being you the devil. What is that last sermon I heard you say? You know what I'm saying? You told your people, if you were Satan, I mean, if Satan, wanted to attack the children of God, where's the first place he would attack them? In their mind. So that's why the devil chose you to be the devil. You know what I'm saying? And I know you, TD, just because you gossip just like a woman. You know what I'm saying? And you get mad too, just like a woman. And want to have your way just like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Slander, gossip, sabotage. And then you told me straight up, I sabotaged you. And I could have helped you. But I wanted you to lose your opinion. How is that somebody you trying to help? You trying to get me and cut me open. You pointing the gun and talking about aim this and shoot and all that there, man. That was right around that time.
I had to recognize that the brain is a part of the body, and we don't treat any other part of our body the way we do our brain. Sometimes we disallow it. We decapitate it from the rest of the body, and we think that it is a separate entity. But as a part of the overall body, its health, its well-being, its functionality, its diagnosis goes beyond that which we can espouse from the pulpit alone. And so I'm happy to be here tonight and to join forces with you, both to acknowledge that we as clergy go through crisis. We as a nation go through crisis.
You as clergy don't need to be working on God's children, especially talking about, where my money? Where my money? We ain't come to raise the dead. You know what I'm saying? And you sabotaged me and could have helped me, but didn't. Because it was interfering with your other clients. It was interfering with your other clients, TDJ. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get off this thing, man, messing with you, man. This ain't nothing but trouble.